I'm gonna get right into this, you guys. Wasn't planning on going live today, but you know I start looking up on weekends content to motivate me and inspire me into coming up with dope ass videos. So this one was inspired by that Olivia Alexis chick again. Now look, I don't normally watch that woman. She's not the normal type of woman I like to watch. You know what I'm saying? I like to watch fit and friendly women, but you know, she popped up in my feed, and I told you what happens when someone pops up in your feed. They're watching your stuff. You know, I've also had other people pop up in my feed, but Kendra G could pop up in my feed because, you know, I'm also researching her at the moment. But anyway, this Olivia Alexis chick who's supposedly a man advocate, they always show their true colors. They can't stand me. Now, if you are a man advocate, then you would advocate for a man like me who's a masculine man that moves his own way and don't take advice. This chick, I don't watch her content, but 12 days ago she dropped a video, and it looked, you know, it was something about going no contact. Now, I want y'all to understand something. Need to understand this. When you hear about people talking about going no contact and you know, stonewalling, and they're getting that from me. I'm telling you right now, when I first went no contact with my ex, everybody was telling me that's the wrong thing to do, and you got to do it like this and do all these games and all this. I'm the only one that has ever gone no contact, blocked my ex on every app, blocked her phone number, blocked all of her family on every app, you know, every app, blocked all the friends that knew us mutually, all the friends that knew me that she might have slept with behind my back. I blocked them all. Wasn't nobody. Yeah, it must have been the other person that was in here that's going in and out. I appreciate whoever's in here that hit the like button. I appreciate that. But there's someone that's going in and out. Obviously one of my haters from my main channel. It doesn't really matter. When something's done like this and you guys do stuff like this, understand it motivates me, man. It motivates me. Hit the like button if you're not a hater. Having connection issues, there's 2 of you in here. Hit the like button if you're not a hater. Hit the like button if you're not a hater. Okay, now we got the understanding there's 1 hater in here and there's 1 in here that's not a hater. Okay, appreciate you. It's not a hater. Sit there and listen to this, okay? You're probably one of these raggedy ass females I'm talking about. Understand something. Whenever these females who claim to be advocates for men, they'll claim to be an advocate for men, but the minute that they hear something that they don't want to hear, that advocacy goes right out the door. And a lot of women, the modern woman, love to study. That's why I have a bunch of haters in my friends list. You guys remember, hit the like button, share the live, and subscribe. I have a lot of haters in my friends list on TikTok, and I have a lot of haters. I went from 9% females to 19%, and I'm not seeing a lot of females leaving comments. So what do you think that is? That's a bunch of haters coming from somewhere else, coming over here. And you see, this is why I tell you guys, I need you to, you know, watch the videos, because these females are emotional and they move off emotion. Okay? That's why they're coming over to watch my channel. Like that Olivia Alexa chick, you know, she is supposedly a man advocate, but it's something about her, man. I can just tell. You know, whenever a woman is not fit and friendly, then I don't care who she's advocating for. You're already missing 2 things that qualifies you to be somebody that a man would want. So if you're not those things, I don't care how, even if you're fit, if you're not friendly, if you seem like you're, you know, aggressive or whatever, it's not going to work out for you. Hey, what's going on, Michael? What's going on? You must have been the homie that was in here that hit the like button. I had a hater in here. They like to do this thing where they do something. It's a hater from my other channel. It's obviously a female. They do something and it causes a connection issue. So I got to move where I have a really good connection, and I got to turn my Wi-Fi off. You know, once I do that, I don't have that issue or whatever. But if I don't turn that Wi-Fi off, they used to do that all the time on my main channel. They were doing, I don't know what they were doing, but they were kikiing on the phone. They were doing something, and it was causing me to say disconnected, and they would never hit the like button. So I pay attention to stuff and remember stuff. So I'm seeing the same issue. I shouldn't have a connection issue. I just went live. I don't even make any sense. You know what I'm saying? So I turned the Wi-Fi off and moved into an area where I get really good cell phone signal. But, you know, these women, the reason why I say on the thumbnail, go no contact, lone wolf, and monk mode, this chick put out a video like 12 days ago talking about, you know, what to do to get back at your ex. I want y'all to understand something. When you're doing what we're doing, it's not about getting back at anybody. We don't care about the ex anymore. Like, that person's doing whatever they're doing, living their little life. with whoever they're living it with. It has nothing to do with us. What we're doing is for our sanity. What we're doing is to elevate ourselves. So the minute I listened to her video and she was talking about this how you get back at your ex and this how, we're not here to get back at an ex. See, that's how women talk and how women think. It's all about getting that lick back. We're not concerned with getting a lick back. We're trying to be better versions of ourselves, and doing things like that to try to make the ex miss you and things that I didn't do what I did to make my ex miss me. I did what I did because I could tell that it was a trash relationship at that point, and that she was not the kind of person I needed to be with because she wanted to sleep with everybody. So I let her go for the betterment of myself, and so that she could go find somebody that she could be street cat to, and they were open to the poly stuff and wanted to do it. You know what I mean? I'm not into none of that stuff. It's not about getting back at her. I don't care what she's doing now. I don't care what she does in the future. I have never looked her up. I've never looked her up. So it's not even like, oh, I'm doing this. I don't want nothing to do with her. Legitimately, I don't want nothing to do with her. I'm not over here talking on some crazy, I wish her the best in the world. Hey, listen, get what you deserve and, do what you got to do. And I don't wish nothing, no harm on anyone. I don't hate anyone, but I'm not doing it to get back at anybody. When she's talking about getting back at your ex, and she goes through a good list of things that made sense, but again, no one was talking about this kind of level of no contact until I did it. And just like I was talking about that guy on TikTok, talking as if he's quitting his job, I doubt it. But got a little tiny cottage house like I got going on and starting over. I'm inspiring a lot of people, and you'll inspire a lot of people. And this is why I listen to Nipsey Hussle. He has a video where he says, you got to be doing it because you want to do it, because if you're doing it for, anybody to recognize you, they're not going to do it. You're doing it for the wrong reason anyway. You got to do it because you want to do it. And the more I get that mindset, which I've really got it drilled in my head at this point, I don't need acknowledgement from anybody. I don't care about any of the rest of these content creators. But if someone throws a jab at me, which she did, she said lone wolf. Again, everybody knows I'm the only lone wolf in this whole little dating arena and talking about lone wolf and going monk mode. Everybody knows it. So if you throw a softball towards me talking about lone wolf, talking about, shaman, or any of the little monikers I go by, you know what I mean, then you're definitely throwing a little jab at me. And she goes, you don't want to go lone wolf monk mode. Again, guys, I need for y'all to understand, don't take advice from a female that's not married. You know what I'm saying? If you're not a hater, hit the like button, share the live, and subscribe. You know what I mean? But if, you know what I'm saying, I don't get it. I don't understand her. You know what I mean? I have to think about things when I get advice. Like, okay, for example, I watched Danica Marie because she's married. When you're married, she has to deal with a man, deal with everything that comes along with being with the man, and she's been able to do it, and they haven't broken up. And from what she says, she's only been with 2 men her entire life, her husband being her second one. So she's not over the 5-guy limit. So she qualifies. I mean, I don't know if she's been with her man for over 10 years married, but they definitely been with each other for over 10 years. And I say 12 years plus together as a marriage. I'll listen to the woman after I've read her videos. She's pretty solid. But these other people, these single women, they'll put some good talking points, but they'll mix in some jaded woman talking points in there too. Like they'll mix in, like they'll be talking like, don't be where you go monk mode and you don't want to interact with women at all. Why would somebody tell you that? If you're still able to socially interact with people normally and you're not weird or whatever, but you want to be why would any person tell you that's a woman that wants to make sure that she still has a dating pool available to her and she don't want it to be, they always have this backup plan. So while they're putting out decent, advice that other men have put out, like Kevin Samuels and whatnot, just rebranding it and putting a pretty face on it, they're also dropping in their single women, back doors. Single women back doors. You got to listen to what they say. Why do they care? If you're taking care of your children, if you're a pleasant person to everybody around you, if you want to go full monk mode and you don't want to interact with women like that for a while, what does it matter? It doesn't matter to anyone but a single woman who knows her dating pool is shrinking, and she wants to make sure that the dating pool or the sisterhood doesn't turn on her completely. Because, hey, yeah, I big up the dudes, but I also be telling them, don't be over here turning your back on women altogether. Because you turn our back on y'all for a while, so what? You say you can do everything without us and all this other stuff. Why is a dating coach woman telling you not to go monk mode? You got to watch who you listen to. What you should be listening to is a handsome man that you know get women and telling you, no, don't get them right now. They ain't worth a shit, right? Not a single woman that possibly could be a little bit overweight, you know what I'm saying, and not even utilizing the disciplines that she's mentioning in her own videos, trying to tell you that you don't want to go to monk mode and trying to use psychology and things of that nature. See, these people got to go to school and study me to try to come up with something, because that's all women really do most of the time. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to be real. The modern woman never listens to you. She collects the information you say and then look up counter talking points online through her friends, you know, whatever, Kendra, whoever she can find, right? She looks up counter talking points to what you say. They don't listen to you. They don't care what you're saying. They're not trying to understand you. No, they're studying me and men like me, 11:11 on the timer as I say this, so that way they can come up with talking points. They can agree with certain things they know that makes sense, but then they can try to put together babble that justifies their logic and their, you know what I'm saying, way of thinking. I was going to say something else, but I want to say that while I'm talking about this woman directly. You know what I'm saying? No man in his right mind thinks like a single woman, okay? I'm going to repeat. No heterosexual man in his right mind thinks like a single modern woman. That being said, whenever they start talking too much and whenever they start bringing psychology into it, understand that that thing works two ways. So while she's telling you the psychology of what women do, she's also brainwashing your black ass or white ass or brown ass, you know what I'm saying, using the same psychology that she's telling you that women use. She has no reason not to. She wants to make sure I can see through these women BS so quick. But I was listening to this woman's video and it was making sense all the way through until she had it broken up into chapters. Until the third chapter where she said, don't go monk mode, lone wolf mode. Uh-oh, you shouldn't have done that. You shouldn't have went there. So I guess that reaction video I made must have hit home. See, that's crazy, right? I didn't even have 1,000 subscribers at the time, but these women are still. Why would she talk about and make sure she specified and said lone wolf? When do dating coaches bring up lone wolf? When do women that advocate for men bring up lone wolf? Nah, they bring it up when they're talking about the lone wolf, but don't want to say my name. Let me tell you something, lady. Don't say my name. I'm still going to crack on you, though. But you need to go ahead and say my name. I know you watching me, and I understand, right? I did make the video before I fully knew that you were supposedly advocating for men, but apparently I wasn't wrong, right? I think I caught your ass before others caught you. Why are you telling men not to, and I'm talking about Olivia, Alexa, why would you be telling men not to go monk mode? You don't think that we are sound-minded enough to know how to interact with people to make sure we're not weird? We need a mammy to tell. So you're going to tell us how not to be socially awkward and weird? See, this is what I'm telling y'all, man. These females get online, these incels, and make it sound as if they can interact with men and women on a regular basis out in public. But if that's the case, why don't they have a man? They can invest all the time in the world in their channels and things of that nature and build up their social media because they don't have a man. They're not putting the work in that's needed to be able to get along with men. But then we'll get online and do all of this psychological, you know, accumulated information that they got and talk about it in depth like they know what they're talking. You're just babbling. Because you don't have no, like, see, this is why I always talk about making sure that they have some type of conclusion. They're coming to some kind of, you know, result. It's not complaining or putting on it, but what is your end result? How can, look at the person that's talking to you and think to yourself, what is the position that person in? Is that a person I feel like I can get advice from? Or am I listening to someone that sounds good, but looking at them and knowing their situation, I don't think I want to be in that situation with them or like them. So just because it sounds good, it might not be good, is what I'm saying. Now, see, I don't, you know, I had to start all over. I didn't get on any government assistance. Ain't never been on none of that stuff. I got it out the mud. I didn't care what people described me as being broke or whatever. I put it all out there on the line, online. You know, I built myself back up. And now I'm telling you from a man's perspective that all women are calling handsome. And they're not going to act like they're not calling me handsome. They know I'm handsome. That's why they keep watching me. They might not like the way I articulate things and talk about women the real way that I do, but they're not going to call me ugly. Far from it. They're going to call me handsome. So I'm a handsome man who's taking care of his 12-year-old son by himself, full custody, after getting out of a bad relationship with a horrible woman. And I'm telling men, don't do this and don't do that, and, you know, go no contact, and stop listening to these raggedy leftover dating coaches. And it's starting to strike a nerve with certain women because it's obviously hitting home. Okay, listen, I'm not messing up the lining of your pockets, but I can. Okay, because if you're not married and have a ring on your finger, why would any self-respecting man listen to you other than he's just looking at your lips? If he's just looking at your lips, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? You got a nice set of juicy lips. I'm not going to lie to you. If he's sitting there just looking at your lips as you talk, hey, you know what? More power. But if he's listening to the words and taking your advice, he's done lost his mind. You don't do stuff like that, man. You don't do stuff like that. You vet who you listen to. If it's another guy, at least it's a guy. So you know he has the anatomy to be able to relate and have the, you know, the same kind of, you know, gene makeup and chemical makeup where you can kind of relate to him. If it's a female, you got to vet her. It cannot be just a pretty face. You know, look, is she fit? Because when they're not fit, a certain kind of tone and a certain kind of mouth comes along with a woman that's not fit. And you know it to be true. They will say things that a fit and friendly woman would never let come out their mouth, because that fit woman is used to having guys come after her and used to being put in very feminine positions, right, by that guy. You know what I mean? Or guys or whatever. Those ones that are out of shape, they're not getting men like that, and they're watching others get men, so that mouth might you never know. You know what I'm saying? So if she's not fit, that's an automatic red flag. If she's not friendly, she seems like she's choreographing, or everything that she does, it seems like, I don't know, man. And then she's talking about the psychology of things that she studied in school, and that's a very dangerous woman to be taking advice from, man. You don't know what she's trying to mentally put in your head. I know when a woman's talking about not going lone wolf, I automatically get like a ding, ding, ding. Like, what are you talking about here? We're not talking about from the perspective of a weird woman. We're talking about from the perspective of a man that went through something and needs to heal. That man knows how long he needs to go lone wolf and build, because all they ever, listen to these women, it don't matter who they are, except for the Danica Marie, you know, because she's married. But all the rest of them will always get to the point of, don't stay single too long, don't give up on love. You want to know why? Because if we do what we need to do, they ain't gonna never have no chance of having some guy to latch on to literally leech off of, live off of, while simultaneously saying that they don't need men. You know what I'm saying? If they're not convincing us that we need them all the time through some kind of measure, then we won't think about it. And then men, they're gonna always talk about, don't give up on love, and and they'll use psychology. They'll say things like, don't let a previous relationship hurt you so bad that you're not open to new love. Bro, that is mental manipulation, bro. Understand when women talk like that, because when I hear that, I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, I hear it and it automatically sends red flags and a chill down my spine. Like, why is this woman speaking like that? Why is she speaking like that? Why is she saying, don't let a previous that's somebody that's studying, a man, maybe not me, seeing somebody that she really likes and can't seem to, they don't never want to approach you directly. So it has to be some backdoor, mental, manipulative way to get you to think about being open-minded to all these leftover modern women in the West. They're always finding a way to do that. And they act like we can't see it, right? So they just say this stuff. And we're just like, why would you, in the middle of dropping a dope video talking about going no contact, talk about not going monk mode too long, and then try to throw some psychology things in there? You'll be weird and awkward, and you'll be in your head too much. Shut your goofy ass up. You know what I'm saying? I think men need to be in our heads a little bit more. We might think things through and stop ending up with raggedy ass women like we keep ending up with. It don't make no sense to listen to them, is all I'm saying. They start talking that raggedy stuff. Oh, you don't want to be in there. Oh, shut up, man. Women don't want you thinking anyway. So anytime I hear some woman talk about you overthinking, I know that I'm doing the just right amount of thinking. I might want to think a little bit more. They always want you to be dumb and stupid and just do what they say and let them do all the thinking. Shut up. We ain't doing that no more. None of what you say makes any sense. Don't make a whole video about not going no contact and then say don't go lone wolf. What do you think going no contact means, fool? It means going lone wolf as a man. We don't need to go no contact and then still lean on a woman as a friend or come up with some new chick. Nah, we need to build, completely rebuild your credit, completely rebuild your businesses and the way that you make your money and build yourself back up. However long that takes, no woman should be telling you, don't give up on love. Don't harden your heart. This is something else I'll say. Don't let someone be in power of you like that and control you through making you be cold to love. Shut up the mental manipulation. We don't want it. We don't need it. We good, okay? All this stuff about not needing a man and men are so lost, but all I see is a bunch of women trying to mentally manipulate us into thinking that we need them. That's all I ever see. As being a single man, I'm not seeing women being like, you know what, y'all bums, we're done. We get on an island, or we're gonna get some land, we're gonna rebuild the infrastructure and everything we want to. Nah, I just keep seeing women that keep trying to find a way to keep interacting with the guys that they claim that they don't want. It don't make any sense to me. And I see the guys trying to get away from them, going overseas and doing everything we can, trying to network and organize. And then we see these same women making little videos and going online, talking about us minding our own business. Well, why is that? It's slavery. They're slaves are getting away and we got to rally them back together. I don't care what race you are. I'm telling you what they're doing. They can't stand knowing that we're thinking and we're getting away. We got to mentally manipulate them. So what we're going to do is we're going to infiltrate their whole manosphere, and we're going to have some cute women in there. But make sure you bring it home that they need us, and they don't need to give up on love, and don't harden their hearts, and don't go lone wolf too long. Shut your ass up. Ain't no dude able to get out here and make videos to women about going through heartbreak and say, listen, also, answer all DMs and give your vagina up to whatever guy seem like he's a good man. And I mean, don't you hesitate. You do whatever we can't get out here. So I'm not listening to no woman tell me what I need to do or how long I need to be in hermit mode or don't go lone wolf. No, go lone wolf too long. No. Shut up, man. You know what I mean? Hey, what's going on, Fendi? I appreciate it, man. I was sitting here studying this topic for about 30 minutes, man. I wanted it to be crisp. Chef's kiss. Anyway, y'all, I'm not going to stay on here too long. You know it's got to be like under 25 minutes. Hit the algorithm. But guess what? I will be going live on my podcast channel, and I'm going to do a reaction video to this chick. Ooh, I'm going to cook her up. You shouldn't have done it. Now, a lot of her points are really good in the video, so I'm going to have to agree with most of them. But that third to last tab, talking about don't go lone wolf, oh, I'm going to cook that up, sweetheart. I'm going to cook it up. You shouldn't have mentioned lone wolf. So now you're talking about the narc bullies. You're talking about my tribe. And I'm going to rep my tribe. That's what I'm here for. I'm making sure, hey, listen, you talking about the lone wolves? Hold on, sweetheart. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. Relax. You did too much. Don't worry. Daddy going to check you, though. Daddy going to check you. You know what I mean? They don't need to be looking in my eyes. You know, listen, these haters want to look at my beautiful brown eyes and long eyelashes while simultaneously talking junk. Nah, the fellas don't care about seeing my eyes. Only the women do. And now you can't see them either. You want to hate on me? Then you don't get to see the eyes. Period, point blank. The fellas just want to see the overall look and get the talking points. Only the women want to see my eyes. So since they acting up, they don't get to see my eyes. Yeah, they be talking about my eyes all the time. My eyelash. Nah, ladies, you don't get to see it. Stop acting up. You know what I'm saying? You want to see these eyes? Talk like you got some sense. Put some respect on my name and my archetype. So whenever you running your mouths making these counter content videos, remember, if I want to see King David's eyes, I might want to watch my words. Anyway, I'm going to be off on that. And I know y'all love my smile. So if you want to see the smile in the eyes, ladies, do better. The men don't give a shit if I'm smiling, wearing shades, or have the doggone jacket over my face like this. Tonight's video is going to be about, they probably would think it's dope. So only y'all care about it. So, you know what I'm saying? You don't get to see these. Nah, we'll pay for that. You know what I mean? We done giving it away. Oh, I got to go, y'all. I probably don't go viral on this one. Whatever, man. Peace, love, and light, y'all. I'll be back on here on one of the channels, either this one or the podcast channel later. I will be doing a reaction video to Miss Olivia Alexis video about going no contact from 12 days ago. It's going to be dope. It's not going to be as crispy as the first one because most of what she said I agree with, but I can still find some counterpoints to go against it. I think I can do it. I think I can do it. You know what I'm saying? Ladies, watch your mouth. You know what I'm saying? That's all I got to say to you. Watch your mouth. You know what I'm saying? Again, you know, you guys hit the like button. You know, they don't want me to get this out. You know, watch your mouth. You know what I'm saying? Watch your ass. Anyway, watch your mouth, wash ass. Watch your mouth, wash ass. Wash your mouth. Wash your mouth too. Watch your mouth, wash ass. Anyway, y'all, appreciate y'all. Remember, you know, hit the like button, share the live, and subscribe. And I'm out of here.